Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a drugstore foundation. Today I have the CoverGirl Outlast Day Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation. This is very interesting to me. I've never heard anybody talk about this or any feedback on it. I saw it at the drugstore and I was like, I want to buy that and review it for you guys because I've heard nobody talk about it. It's supposed to be a foundation, primer, and concealer in one. On the back of it, it says all-day flawless coverage, lasting power of a primer, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one. And it claims to be shine-free, which is going to be good because I'm very oily and greasy. So I just checked on the CoverGirl website and it comes in about 14 different shades. And the price kind of varies on where you buy it. It's usually going to be around $10 to $15. I think I ended up paying around like $12 for mine at Target, so that's not too bad for a drugstore foundation. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this foundation, you want to see me apply it and hear my thoughts and opinions, you are in the right spot. Just go ahead and keep watching. Alright, so for the foundation application, I'm going to do half of it with the Sigma F80, and then I'm going to do the other side of my face with the damp beauty blender. I just want to let you guys know which one looks more flawless and which one I can get better coverage with. Like always, I went ahead and applied my moisturizer off camera. Today I used my Smashbox primer oil, which is pretty awesome because it's like a primer and a moisturizer in one. I have this foundation in the color Nude Beige, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good match for me because usually I can do a good job just guessing, but we'll have to just wait and see what happens. I'm just going to start by shaking the foundation up, and I'm going to squirt a little bit onto my Sigma F80. I don't want to do a whole pump. I think I'm going to do about half a pump just so we can kind of see what kind of coverage it offers me. So then I'm just going to start stippling this all over my face and just kind of see how it ends up looking. So it looks like the color is going to be nice so far. It looks like it's a good match for my skin tone. So it might be kind of hard to tell with that little layer, but I feel like the coverage is pretty good right here. I mean, I don't have like a lot of acne or discoloration going on right now, so I don't need like super full coverage. But I feel like it definitely evened out my complexion right here, just made it look a little bit more flawless. I'm going to put a little bit more on the brush and start to apply it on the forehead area. Since this foundation claims to be a foundation and a concealer, I'm going to try to avoid using concealer today. I want to see how much coverage I can get with this all by itself. See if I can actually be like happy with it and not have to go in and add a bunch of concealer after. So far it's looking like the coverage is more like medium to full coverage. I feel like it's definitely buildable. I probably have to say it's a little bit more medium at first, but you can definitely kind of add a little bit more layers in the areas that you want more coverage. And when I look really close to my forehead area, I can't tell if I just didn't blend it all yet, but it does look a little bit textury. It doesn't look super smooth and flawless like yet. I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything, but I can just see a little bit of texture all in this area, but I guarantee once I use my beauty blender, it'll kind of shear out a little bit to take away the cakiness of it. I'm just going to buff this forehead area out and see if we can get a little bit more of a smooth finish. I mean, of course it's not bad or anything, but I feel like it did show a little bit of texture on my forehead. Okay, I definitely got that texture area smoothed out because I don't feel like it looks super like textury above my eyebrow anymore. So I'd have to say I applied like probably a full pump now on this side and I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I'd probably say it's a little bit more medium to buildable full coverage. The finish of it is very natural. It doesn't really look dewy, it doesn't really look matte. It kind of just looks like a natural, kind of like satin skin finish. The consistency of this foundation is a little bit runny. I don't know if you guys can notice, but when you put a little bit on, it kind of is very liquidy. It's not very thick and moussey. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more on the side and build it up because you guys know how I want to look like super full coverage like a mannequin. So I'm just going to build this side up as much as I decide to. So not gonna lie, this side does look very natural and flawless, but I feel like if I was gonna wear this on like the normal everyday, I'd probably add concealer with it because I like to have like extra full coverage. I literally want my skin to look plastic like a mannequin, so I feel like I probably would add concealer, but today I'm gonna skip concealer and just do the foundation by itself. I feel like it looks really good and healthy, but I'm not like in love with it yet. I really want to use the beauty blender now and kind of see if it looks a little bit more like fuller coverage. I'm gonna put a little bit onto my beauty blender right here and start to just do the exact same thing. I'm just going to start stippling it everywhere and just kind of see what type of coverage it offers me. This side definitely looks more natural. It doesn't look as like textury and kind of cakey. Looks like it definitely blends into my skin a lot easier with the sponge so far. I'm gonna be adding a little bit more. So far, I honestly think the coverage is just about the same, whether you use like a brush or a sponge. I feel like it's still very like medium to full coverage. I mean, it definitely looks a lot more like softer and more natural. It doesn't look as cakey. It looks like it's more like healthier and kind of glowy with the sponge. Let me know what you guys think so far. Do you guys see a big difference between the sponge and the brush side? I feel like it looks very comparable. I'm loving the application of the sponge a lot better. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and finish the rest of my face with a sponge. Just because I feel like it looks a lot more like flawless and natural. So I'm just going to be adding quite a bit more just to even out my complexion and give me that super full coverage glam look. So to set my foundation today, I'm going to be using my Coty Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage Powder. This is the one that I use on the daily, so I know it won't change the foundation at all. I'm going to be setting my face off camera, then I'm going to finish off my eyebrows, my eye makeup, and the rest of my complexion, and then I'll be back to share with you guys the final look and my final thoughts on this foundation. Alright you guys, I've been wearing the foundation for a few hours now. I took my sweet time doing my makeup, and of course I've just been like hanging out around the house because I don't have anything really to do today. So I've had it on for I think around 2.5 hours now, and I still kind of feel the exact same way about the foundation. I mean, like, I had to add a lot of foundation powder to get it really full coverage, because I noticed that after I set my face around my T-zone area, I could still see a little bit of the redness kind of poking through the foundation still. So I would definitely recommend, if you want full coverage, to partner it with a concealer or a powder foundation. But if your preference is to have it to be a little bit more light coverage or medium coverage, you're going to love the foundation all by itself. I feel very iffy on this foundation though. Like, I don't really love it and I don't really hate it. I just feel like it's an okay foundation. I'm definitely going to have to try it for a couple more days and kind of see if I can work it out in different ways to get it to be a little bit better. But I just felt like the more that I kind of layered it, it kind of ended up getting a little bit cakey, which is kind of weird because I usually put a lot of foundation on and I can really do a good job at kind of making it not look cakey and heavy. But I noticed that with this one, the more that I would layer it, the more it would kind of show texture and kind of just like, it would move away as I would blend it. It wouldn't build very good full coverage. It was really weird. I was kind of expecting to love this foundation, but I just feel kind of like neutral about it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I feel like it's good, but I've definitely had better and I've definitely had worse. So for those of you that are wondering what I have on my eyes and lips for my mascara, I went ahead and put on the Smashbox X-Rated mascara, and I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master Palette by Mario for my eyeshadow. And then on my lips today, I went ahead and used just a lip liner from Sephora Collection. This is the Sephora Collection lip liner in the color Brilliant Berry number 8. I haven't worn a berry lip in a long time, so I really wanted to go berry today, and I'm really loving how this lip turned out. But yeah, I really hope you guys had fun watching me review the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation. If you guys want to see any more videos, let me know in the comments below what your guys' video requests are. And make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel and follow me on all my social media. I will have everything linked below in the description box. But yeah, I really hope you guys had fun watching me review this foundation. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.